I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money.
I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
Stephen A. Smith has thrown fresh fuel on one of boxing's loudest off-ring debates, raising serious questions about whether Floyd Mayweather's financial empire is facing real pressure behind the scenes. For years, Floyd has presented himself as the ultimate symbol of money, power, and control, but now that image is being tested by growing controversy around a reported $42 million property claim and wider speculation.
Are you holding other fighters accountable, like Floyd, for example? I mean, Floyd doesn't even know his opponent's name, so are you holding him accountable too? That Floyd should still be fighting people that, you know, he at least people that know that his opponent's name and stuff. Are you saying the same thing?
Hold on. A couple of things. Number one, last time I checked, Floyd retired. These are exhibitions that he had, but I don't even count these. Floyd will tell you that himself. When Floyd, I didn't count Conor McGregor as a boxing match. That was a damn exhibition. I ain't paying no attention to that with Floyd. No way on earth. Not at all. That's number one. Number two, here's where you have to give Floyd his respect. He's a pioneer from the standpoint of his willingness to buy himself out of the contract with Top Rank, free himself up, and not be a prisoner to the promoter. So albeit in a different kind of fashion that Jake is doing it to some degree, Floyd's a pioneer in that regard. And the kind of thing that Jake has taken to another level, Floyd initiated. Julia, that is the truth.
I understand he initiated, but do you think it tarnishes his name to now be taking these bullshit I can't even say it. No, you don't think it does at all?
No. Here's the reason why. He's retired. Number one. Number two, he had already proved himself as a world champion, made a whole boatload of money. He got $700 million in 2 fights, for crying out loud. He did all of that stuff. Then he retired, and he's announced that essentially these are exhibitions. He's just having fun with it because he's getting old. He's 45 years old now, and he did what he came to do. That's entirely different than a 25-year-old on the come up, knocking people out, okay? I mean, that's an entirely different ballgame, Julia. It's not the same.
Stephen A. Smith's comments carry extra weight because he isn't speaking as a casual observer who only knows Floyd from headlines. He has seen the lifestyle up close. He has watched Mayweather move through a world of mansions, elite cars, custom jewelry, private jets, and high-end luxury that few athletes in history have ever matched. Smith has long understood the scale of Floyd's success.
What's your definition of toy?
Well, private jet, Enzo, Bugatti. Let's walk over here. I'll show you a couple toys. They call this the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Well, we are on ESPN. These are sports cars. It's a sports network. This car costs $3.2 million. This Bugatti right here costs $1.6 million. You ain't seen these toys.
I haven't seen these?
No.
Floyd, this is 7 cars, man. Silver, platinum, Miami, black LA, white Vegas.
Yeah, in New York, I got my drivers.
And you got your drivers in New York?
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me about why you make the decision to drive different colored cars in respective cities.
Spoiled brat.
Oh, just being a brat?
Just being a brat.
The 7 cars that you showed me are in excess of $15 to $20 million.
Let me see what's the number. We go 300.
And you don't drive them.
It's close to 15 million. You're right. It's close.
A major turning point in this conversation came when fresh reports began challenging Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s public claims about a massive Manhattan property investment. Not long after he celebrated what he described as one of the biggest deals of his life, an acquisition involving dozens of rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan, questions started pouring in. Business reporting suggested that the deal Mayweather publicly described did not appear to be reflected in the ownership records the way many expected. Around the same time, Floyd posted video content online.
All right. Now, Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties. And it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares.
That is what makes this story so fascinating. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not just another retired athlete with money rumors around him. He is widely regarded as the highest paid boxer in history, a man who mastered not only fighting but self-promotion at the highest level. By the time he stepped away from professional boxing in 2017, he had already built a legacy of elite performances, historic purses, and one of the most marketable identities in sports. After retirement, he continued living exactly how fans expected. Money Mayweather to live, buying sprawling estates, surrounding himself with visible...
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
That financial pressure is part of the reason many critics believe Floyd's return to exhibition-style boxing was never just about passion for the sport. According to that view, the comeback events were also about keeping money flowing while maintaining an expensive public identity. One of the biggest moments in that phase was his exhibition with Logan Paul, a fight that generated headlines worldwide. But the real drama came afterward, when Logan publicly suggested that he had not been paid what he...
Did you fight Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose?
Nah,
What happened?
he didn't pay me. I wish you'd pay me.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
You got it on you by any chance?
I have it in Nigerian money. I'll give you 10 million in Nigerian money. That's about $1,100 a month. So is that your only loss, was Floyd?
No, I didn't lose. It was an exhibition, so there's no loser.
There's no loser in exhibition?
No.
So you both are winners? It's like a tie. That's
I
not a
don't
good
know.
feeling. It's like tongue kissing your sister or something. It's not a great feeling.
The controversy didn't stop with Logan Paul's complaints. Other major names in boxing quickly used the moment to throw their own punches from outside the ring. Oscar De La Hoya, one of Floyd's most famous rivals, and longtime critics didn't miss the opportunity to take a shot. In comments that mixed humor with obvious criticism, De La Hoya mocked Mayweather's continued reliance on exhibition events and suggested that a man with Floyd's resume...
Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're going to have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Logan Paul then added even more fire to the discussion by joking that Floyd Mayweather might actually be broke. On the surface, it sounded like classic internet trolling, but behind the laughter was a more serious implication. Logan's comments fed directly into the growing public theory that Floyd's money might be more fragile than the money Brand ever allowed people to believe. He openly questioned where the cash was really—
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, you know, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that did happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my—
When Floyd was later asked about Logan Paul's unpaid money accusations during an appearance on the Pivot podcast, his answer did little to silence the doubts. Rather than shutting the issue down with total clarity, he seemed to wave it away, saying that money can take time to process and that the situation was more about delay than refusal. But to many listeners, that explanation sounded more evasive than reassuring. Instead of making the problem disappear, it made it feel as if there was still—
Logan Paul, he said you owe him some bread. How you feel about someone making those type of accusations?
That comes with the territory.
Right.
And you got to realize, when you used to getting, you know, to them, that's real money. And I like YouTube because I don't mind getting a YouTube check.
Shit, we getting a YouTube check.
Right.
This is going to be a big YouTube check.
Yeah, so, you know, the money is not coming fast enough. That's why when they say money on the back end, as far as pay-per-view, it take a while, you know? And he shouldn't trip. If he feel like he done great numbers and we done record-breaking numbers, then I understand. Nothing comes right away. Just like I'm still collecting checks from fights 7 or 8 years ago. I'm still collecting checks. Why? Because I made smart moves and I'm my own boss. So they hate when a table is turned.
Right.
You know, look how many years they've been owing us money. But we don't ever trip. So now when the table is turned, they say, oh, you owe us something. Be happy with the biggest payday you ever got in your life.
The money versus legacy. Debate also followed Floyd into one of his conversations with Stephen A. Smith, where he was asked a question that has defined his career for years. What matters more, legacy or money? Mayweather, unsurprisingly, leaned into the idea that wealth has always mattered deeply to him, reminding people that he earned enormous sums during his career and built his whole persona around financial success. But others in the sports world saw that answer differently.
He's never gotten $100 million for a fight. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete over Christian Ronaldo.
You think it's—
I know it is.
So if you had to guess, what do you think's the most Floyd ever made in a fight?
Oh, I think that Floyd's, he's probably made about 60 million before in one night. But no, there's 100 million, 130 million. They just didn't happen.
I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as this weekend because he needed the money.
Do you think he blew through all of his money?
I'm claiming for you, he in his whole career has made about 100 million. People think he made 130 in a night. I'm sharing with you he didn't. No boxer's ever made 130 million in one.
Joe Rogan has also weighed in on Floyd's public relationship with wealth, and his perspective matters because he often focuses on the psychology behind celebrity behavior. Rogan noted that Mayweather is one of the rare athletes who has made a spectacle out of showing the world exactly how he lives. Mansions, cars, watches, jets, designer pieces. Floyd didn't just enjoy luxury, he turned luxury into a permanent public performance.
The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still everybody up.
He does.
He's the only guy. The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking. You know, he kept his...
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his pants on, jeans on, he would jog home. And the dude was always training, never got out of shape.
Dude, the jog home in jeans isn't the torture. The torture is sitting around a bunch of drunk people drinking water in a club. I jog home all night.
when Leonard Ellerbay, the longtime CEO of Mayweather Promotions and one of Floyd's closest business allies, was asked about Davis's claims. His refusal to offer a clear denial only made people more curious. He chose not to elaborate, did not strongly push back, and offered no detailed clarification. In celebrity controversies, silence often becomes its own kind of statement. That is exactly what happened here. Instead of calming the rumor cycle, the lack of a firm response helped keep the speculation alive.
Let's talk about this picture of Mayweather in Dubai that's going viral. Here's the backstory. According to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather is being held hostage in Dubai over unpaid debts. Boxing agent Rick Glazer confirmed Davis's comments by saying Floyd is desperately trying to work things out with Dubai's court system. And that's why my comment, blink twice if you're stuck there, on this post is getting a lot of attention. Mayweather still hasn't addressed the situation, so stay tuned.
Confusion deepened when Floyd himself described the period as part of a world tour, presenting the image of a global businessman enjoying the reach of his brand. But that version of events was challenged by those who insisted the reality was much less glamorous. Critics used that contradiction to argue that Floyd was once again trying to control the narrative through image instead of answering the deeper questions being asked about his financial position. In the age of social media, those contradictions spread fast.
In my opinion, Tank is the best fighter in the entire world. And another terrific opportunity on June the 15th to go out there and show you guys why he's the top dog.
Just out of curiosity, bro, he said that Floyd was kidnapped by the Abu Dhabi folks. Any comment on that?
And again, like I was just saying, again, Tank's that guy. And for all the guys out there in the weight class and around the weight class, he's coming to get each and every one of you guys.
Some defenders attempted to shift the conversation by highlighting claims that Floyd had been generous, including stories that he had given money to support homeless people in Los Angeles. On paper, that kind of generosity would help soften the criticism and remind people that wealth can also be used for good. But even that angle became tangled in confusion when Mayweather continued posting from Dubai during the same period, leading critics to challenge the timing and
Tank Davis done blasted Floyd Mayweather and told the world that Floyd over there hanging like a piece of rotisserie by them oil men with that long money, got him held hostage till he get that money back. And y'all know Floyd be lying too. Floyd trying to, I've been out of town, I've been traveling the world for 2 months, but you look at Floyd, he ain't got no haircut or nothing, and he sent him there. And then Bill Caney said, oh, what account you on? Why we ain't on the Floyd Mayweather account? He said, oh, this a guy account that I'm cool with, or that I know this his account. Why you can't get on your own account, Floyd? Not hating on Floyd. Floyd didn't touch a lot of money, more than I probably ever see in my life, y'all. But at the end of the day, y'all got to look at it like this. Ain't no 40-some-year-old guy who done made $500 million finna be out there doing exhibition fights. All right? Then, y'all don't know about it. He sold a Bugatti, and Bugatti don't want to deal with him before because he sold a Bugatti that he had and got more off of it. Floyd going through it, but y'all don't want to believe it. And I wish nothing bad on him, but the truth is the truth. Floyd got to pay them folks their money. Them oil folks over there do not play.
What kept the Dubai story alive was the fact that Davis was not the only name attached to it. Other voices also repeated versions of the same claim, that Floyd had run into serious issues connected to expensive purchases, particularly jewelry and luxury goods, and had not fully resolved those obligations on time. Once multiple sources begin echoing similar ideas, even without complete proof in public, the story takes on a life of its own. At that point, the issue becomes bigger than—
Now this comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers versus Mavericks game. But before money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures. There is no video of this happening. But there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, we're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help. So he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10 racks. I don't want to show my face, but Floyd just gave us $30,000, Reynolds, one of the men, said after receiving the gift.
The reports that followed made the whole situation look even more damaging, with suggestions that Floyd's relationship with Dubai had become strained after the controversy. Whether every detail is accurate or not, the larger lesson many people took from it was obvious. A life built around visible wealth can become dangerous when financial obligations, public image, and international business pressure all collide at once. For years, Floyd used luxury as proof of success, but